Hey y'all, happy Monday. This is your favorite socialite Neffy, and we've got a whole lot of news to share. And y'all know we don't got a whole lot of time now. Let me begin this video by saying if you hear my voice, you can tell just a little bit. I'm trying not to make it too obvious, but I will go ahead and announce I did lose my voice a little bit over the weekend, y'all. I was lit. I was crunk. Know what I'm saying? And we just gonna leave it. We just gonna leave it at that. We're just gonna leave it at that. Y'all, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I think I'm gonna start off with the more less dramatic stories, although they're pretty big today. Let's just get started. Okay, listen. So Jeannie, who a lot of us know as a co-host on The Real, but is a former stylist as well as, a television show host on other shows as well, has recently been hospitalized and has to get immediate care and surgery for a throat issue she was having. A throat issue also affects her lungs, and in return, this has made her have to officially drop out of Dancing with the Stars. Her partner this season was Brandon Armstrong, and they were doing really, really well. I gotta be honest with y'all. Jeannie was the only person who I didn't know when the original cast of The Real first came out. There was Tamara Moore Housley, there was Tamar Braxton Herbert, there was Lonnie Love, there was Adrienne Bailon, and then there was this woman I had never heard of, Jeannie Mai. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know Tamar from the Braxtons, you know Lonnie Love because she's a comedian, you know Tamara from Sister, and of course, who's gonna forget Adrienne Bailon from 3LW and Cheetah Girls? Come on now. And she used to date Robert Kardashian, so you knew her. But I'm saying all this to say, I didn't know her, and I definitely counted her out, but she definitely proved me wrong. She, between being so strong about being able to confront people on a daily basis while she was going through a public divorce, between being open about the things that happened with her and her mother throughout her life and why I didn't speak for almost 10 years, she's a true inspiration. She's a warrior. She's a fighter. She's currently, my man Young Jeezy's fiance, you know what I'm saying? Get that divorce from the white chocolate and then you go on to the real thing, you feel me? So yeah, she was definitely someone who I didn't necessarily care for at first, but now I genuinely like her. And I hate the fact that I even didn't like her at one point. So I'm saying all that to say we love you, Jeannie. I'm so sorry. I was really hoping you won. You were doing spectacular. I was really hoping you won. You are amazing in every aspect. I'm praying for your speedy recovery. I really hope this doesn't affect you too much with being able to co-host The Real, because I do feel like you are probably one of the more realer ones on the show. And we just wish you nothing but the best, Jeannie. And congratulations to you and Jay, as she calls him. Yeah, Jeezy. She also called her husband, but that's a different story. But that's about as somewhat light as it gets. Y'all just listen to my story. So Beyonce has recently posted a picture with her hat, and it was your infamous, I voted sticker, but her mask had that big gold Biden Harris on it. Now, I, of course, thought, OMG, Beyonce, probably the most influential person on the planet besides Kim and Kardashian and Kylie Jenner, has officially endorsed a candidate the day before the big election. But she did it. She did it, and it's just kind of had people in an uproar. She only did it a few hours ago, but it's had people in an uproar. Why would she do that? That has so much influence. People are going to vote off of what she's now done, et cetera, et cetera. Listen, people were going to vote for who they were going to vote for. And if they want to vote for the person that their superstar icon idol Beyonce voted for, then so be it. Because I'm sure a lot of those same people weren't going to even vote at all. So at least now they're voting. I'm not saying that the person they are now possibly going to vote for is the right person, but what I am saying is y'all's current president has not been doing it for me the past 4 years, and that is on that period. But anyway, speaking of the election, Donald Trump recently had a rally in Florida, in which he insinuated that he was going to fire Fauci. Now, a lot of us know the name, but we may not know exactly what he does. So, to be exact, Dr. Fauci's title is the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. He has held this position since 1984. So now those of us who are real good at doing this math, that means that this man has been in this position for 36 years. If someone has had a job for 36 years, I think they know how to do it pretty well. So why exactly is Trump trying to possibly fire him? Well, let's go ahead and look at the clip first so we can verify.
I want to do your turn in the news. COVID. Would like to talk about COVID, and then next turn. Here's what happens November 4th. You won't hear too much about it. You won't hear too much about it. Don't tell anybody, but let me wait till a little bit after the election. I appreciate the advice.
So, exactly back to what I was saying. Why is he trying to fire him? Because, y'all, Fucci tells it how it is. If there's 200,000 Americans dead off of the COVID, Trump don't want to talk about that because it makes him look bad as he's the current president. So as opposed to just taking his L and saying that he messed up and he wants to do better and he hates the fact that all these lives have been lost, he pretty much, just sees it as a sacrifice of war and, oh, well, we just need someone who's going to lie to us like he does. And that's what he's going to do. Now, he did say he was going to wait until after the election, which by any luck, he won't get reelected, but who knows? But he did say he was going to wait, but he didn't necessarily say he was going to. He just heard the crowds cry, as you just saw, and it's gonna move on from there. Now, let me also say before y'all be like, well, don't you be out, Neffy? I do, but I also get COVID tested. I also am not super duper close to strangers. When I am super duper close to a stranger, I have my mask on. Y'all have seen where a lot of Trump's rallies have no mask whatsoever. And that's all I'm saying. Cardi B has officially dismissed her divorce filings from Offset. Shocker. I just want her to be happy. I just want her to be happy and healthy. If that is happy and healthy, great. If it's unhealthy and she is not happy, girl, leave that man. So many other men want you. Period. You are the prize. Lastly, like I said, everything was a little heavy, so I didn't really know how to structure today's video. But lastly, Lori, I don't really know how to pronounce her last name. Lori Loughlin? I'm Becky from Full House and also Fuller House, a few episodes. Recently went away to jail. It's so awkward. She went away to jail on October 30th, right before Halloween. Luckily, her children aren't small and had to take nobody trick-or-treating. One of her daughters is the same age as me, which, who knows how old that is. Just know. She's the same age as me, so she didn't necessarily need to take nobody trick-or-treating, but she will be serving the full 2 months. She'll be serving the full 2 months in prison, although her first 2 weeks will actually have to be isolated from everybody else due to COVID. And from there, I guess she'll wind up getting her fellow cellmates and inmates all together as one. But for the time being, she'll be in there, and she's just hopeful that she can at least be home for New Year's. Now, Wendy Williams made a very good point earlier today in her show in saying she wishes she had just come out with this sooner so she could have been home already. Because honestly, y'all, this happened like a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. So had she just admitted to it, she would have done her time and been out. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Maybe she should have thought about that. Maybe she shouldn't have done it at all. For those that may have forgotten, this was a college scandal. She had paid people at one of the bigger colleges. I want to say it was Stanford. She had paid off people in order to make sure that her daughter got in and lied that she had like a rowing scholarship. And obviously that didn't work. And now she's in jail. So lesson to parents. If your kid can't get in school on their own, they can always go to community college. They can always join the army or whatever military branch they want to join. it ain't worth going to jail over, sis. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This has been your favorite SocialNeffy, your horse favorite SocialNeffy, but nonetheless, I made it happen. Love y'all. See you next time.